You certainly feel it. I think it pretty
Watch Johnny's bite.
Bismillahir Rahman Rahim. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Hasbunallah wa ni'mal wakil. The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? And yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Thou preparest a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You anoint my head with oil. My cup runneth over, and surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life. And I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever and ever. Amen. Assalamu alaikum. It's Wednesday. Welcome to Johnny's Bite. And deepest apologies over the past 2 days. Actually stuck in Tamale and doing some work and also trying to heal. But I'm back, and thank you for all the support, for all those who called, and to our affiliates across the country. Thank you very much indeed for spreading the word. Please like and share, comment, and let your voice be heard. Let your thoughts be known under the stream. We're live on 3FM 927 on Facebook and on TV3 Ghana. We are live on all those networks. So please join us on social media. We're very, very much alive and well on the socials. This morning, I want to say thank you to the Sanana, and I had occasion to sit close by him as we launched the Dance for Education in Sanarigu in Tamale, and it was a beautiful event. The regional minister as well for the Northern region was there, and my good friend Osman Mubarak Abu, who is the curator for the Dance for Education. He was also there, the To-Do Center, and a very, very beautiful event, if you ask me, trying to inculcate the culture and tradition into the people up north. It was a very, very good thing that was done up north there. And please put the pictures up so we can see the pictures. Very, very lovely events there. The regional minister were launching the whole idea. You can find the former chief director there, my big uncle, as I like to call him, also there in your shots, and everybody who was there. Thank you very much indeed for coming out to celebrate. It was indeed a very great one. So now Fashions as well with his brother, who were very, very instrumental and helping out. Thank you so much indeed. And this is what it comes with once you become a small chief up there in the north. Some of these events and activities. This was held at the Red Clay Event Center. Ibrahim Mahama, that internationally acclaimed and renowned artist and everything else put together, everything art. And we had this there. It was a beautiful event. Different dances from Palogo to Jara dance to all the dances that you can think about from the north, telling the stories behind it, the historical perspectives, and all of that. So it was a good one. And congratulations to Osman Mubarak Abu and the rest of the team for putting this together. And big salute to my paramount chief as well, Salifu Tia Bona, yeah, and to him as well, and to the overlord of Dagban for this great initiative. Now, this morning, I also want to quickly say thank you to Alhaji Jibril. And come to me. Alhaji Jibril works at Sakasaka. It's in Tamale. Alhaji Jibril is one of the gentlemen who I walked up to him and said, I watch you every day. I watch you every day. So Alhaji Jibril provided the costume, the cloth that I'm wearing. And so now Fashions put the stitches and fabric together to make this awesome shada. So please call Sona 0246 590 0246 590 in Tamale. Alhaji Jibril, thank you very much indeed. This morning, I also want to celebrate a young man. And I remember so well when he started this whole hunch of AstroTurfs. It was considered that he had wanted to use the piece of land for a drinking sport. The Honorable Mayor Oko van der Poy believed in him, gave him the opportunity. He did the first one at Kutubabi. Subsequently, at the Accra Academy, people started talking and talking. Now, the people in New Jabin, they have a big AstroTurf, and I want to celebrate Robert Coleman. Now, all the members of parliament are clamoring for AstroTurfs in their communities. They are clamoring for AstroTurfs in their communities. And you know what? The people have said that, well, government is building a lot more AstroTurf. It's helping to develop sports and soccer, etc. It's a good thing. what I want to advise is that, well, we are building these astroturfs, but can we share the national cake evenly so that even in constituencies where you do not have, members of parliament of the ruling government, right? You can also have astroturfs there because there are people also pay taxes. This was the beautiful one in Jabin. Listen to it. And that's the chairman of the Council of State. There is happy. Robert Coleman in your short man with plenty ideas. He's short, but he's not short of ideas. And that's a new one at Jabin. A very beautiful, beautiful, beautiful one. So, Mr. Sports Minister, and to whoever is behind these astroturfs, the construction of them, make sure that in constituencies where you also don't have MPs, you put some there. You may never know, it could win you some votes, and it could help, build up the soccer talents of the people out there and shine them. We will talk about the Tamale Technical University Hospital in a bit. But let me have a quick bite on the back and forth, the NDC versus the MPP over the ongoing ambulance purchase trial that's ongoing. And I want to just stay with the facts as it is out there, the facts, not the merits of the matter, the facts. So yesterday, the NDC announced that they were going to hold a press conference at 2 p.m. The NPP also came and said that they were going to host a press conference at 4 p.m. Both the NDC and the MPP were late. The NDC was late about 30 minutes or so, and the MPP for more than an hour and maybe, thereabout. Because 4 p.m. and then we had the thing after 5 p.m., that was something. And then 2 p.m. we had it almost at 3 p.m. That was something. So we waited, the press waited. But they had the press conferences nonetheless. Now, the basis of the press conference was because in the court, Mr. Jakpa, the third accused person, had stood in open court and on record had said that the Attorney General, Godfred Adami, had contacted him at odd hours and impressed upon him to twist his testimony so that it could incriminate the Honorable Minority Leader, Kesel Atufosin. He said that in court. And I remember I asked our court correspondent and other court correspondents, I asked them this simple question. Did the Honorable Attorney General refute the claim or object to the claims that were made by Mr. Jakpa in open court? Because subsequently we saw that there was a press release that was done or authored from the offices of the Attorney General. And the Attorney General these days has a spokesperson. And so you have a lot of media engagement from this individual and our friend. Now, I asked if on that day in court, when Mr. Jakpa rose and said that the Attorney General had come and called him at certain points and even had a meeting with him, in the office and the residence of a justice of the Superior Court, etc., did he raise an objection? He said, no, the Attorney General did not raise an objection. Was the Attorney General in court? Yes, he was in court. Why didn't he raise an objection? Because that was the proper forum for if he had any qualms. He said, oh, no, he didn't raise an objection. Then subsequently on social media, people said, oh, well, the Attorney General will have the point to cross-examine Mr. Jakpa, so he didn't have to raise the objection. And then I asked our court correspondent and other court correspondents, I asked them, well, who occasioned the hysterical behavior, for want of a better expression, by Mr. Jakpa? Who angered him? He said, oh, it was the Attorney General who had asked a certain question, and that provoked him to say what he said. In fact, on that occasion, I'm told that he refused to drink water that was offered by the honorable judge of the court. Now, fast forward, the two parties said they scheduled for Tuesday. In fact, it was the NDC that had scheduled for Tuesday to hold a press conference to clarify issues and to play the evidence, videos and tapes and recordings and whatever they said they had. That's okay, fine. Then later, the MPP on the same day on Tuesday also came to say that, oh, we also have something we want to play. That's why we had 2 p.m. for NDC and 4 p.m. for the NPP. Yesterday at the press conference of the NDC, they played a tape, 16 minutes, 5 seconds. And in the tape, you could hear things that were being said. You could hear both voices that were being said. They also shared some screenshots, etc., etc. I don't know what you make of them, but we have all heard the tape. Then the NPP comes to hold a press conference. The NDC's press conference was addressed by Johnson Asiedu Ketia, the chairman of the NDC. And then the head of the legal and Constitutional Committee of the NPP, lawyer Frank Davis, also came and hosted the press conference on behalf of the NPP. Now, he insinuated or claimed that what the NDC had played was a doctored tape. The first question that came to me was that if there is a doctored tape, then there should be an original. And if Mr. Frank Davis is the one talking about a doctored tape from the NDC, then perhaps he has heard the original tape and that he should have it. If that be the case, then why didn't Mr. Frank Davis and his team at the NPP press conference play the original tape so that whatever doctrine had been done by the NDC, which was played to us earlier, which has set the whole country talking and agog, so that it will settle the matter? Do you get my logic? The NDC played the tape, and then the people believed what they said. Of course, Chairman Asidu Nketia had some, explanations and the rest to put to it, and he had to make people pause play. Well, the NPP said that was a doctored tape. Agreed. Now, if it is a doctored tape, where is the original? Because Mr. Frank Davis should have seen the original to even suggest that there was a doctored tape in the first instance. Now, if he had the original, why didn't he play it at the press conference? Because people were interested. People had listened to this. So people could also listen to that and then form their own judgment in the public domain. That's the first question. The second thing that came to my mind is that the Office of the Attorney General has a spokesperson, Lawyer Wilberforce. He speaks for the Office of the Attorney General. Why is it important for the NPP to be the ones responding on behalf of the Honorable Attorney General and to even insist that the Attorney General is going nowhere? He's not going to be sacked as the NDC wants him to be sacked. Is the NPP the appointer of the Attorney General, or is it the President who appoints, or is there something that we're missing? Because the Attorney General's department, they have a spokesperson. They do. The ministry, the whole ministry has a spokesperson who is being paid by the taxpayer. You and I, we pay our good friend, Lawyer Wilberforce. So if after the court sitting, the Office of the Attorney General wrote a press release, right, to clarify the issues that happened in court, but did not object to the issues that happened in court before the judge and for the record. Now, if you were me, which would you place more weight on? What was said in court, recorded in court, which would also inform maybe the final outcome of what the judge would say in judgment, or what is written on a press release that is circulated out there after the court had closed and adjourned until another date? That's another question that came to mind. But why is the Office of the Attorney General not defending? Why are they not the ones speaking? Because this, in the court of public opinion, is not good. Well, the court will deal with the facts, but there's also the court of public opinion. There's also the court of public opinion. Yesterday, people were saying, did the evidence dummy? People are asking those questions. So the Office of the Attorney General and the spokespersons need to be, in the conversation, because it doesn't lie in the mouth of the NPP to be the one suggesting to us that there's a doctored tape, they don't play the original tape, they do not guide us on the set. So it's just like, okay, we're just talking, but in terms of the substance and addressing the issues that were raised then, we are not getting, because the issues that were raised then were not addressed. A tape was played. You said the tape was doctored. Where is the original? Do you have the original? Why didn't you play it? And if you don't play it yesterday, when were you hoping to play it? Do you actually have the tape, or do you not have a tape? That's what the public wants to know. It's not about name calling. It's not about insults. It's not about attacks. No. It's about what was said and what is being refuted and what the actuality is, what the truth or what the facts are. I think that we should settle this matter in that particular matter. So the Office of the Attorney General and the spokesperson for the Attorney General's office, they have an opportunity now to clarify the issues, because what the NDC has put out there is being believed by many people. Unfortunately, the NPP didn't put out any tape or video or pictures or screenshots. So if there are people who are sticklers to evidence, they will hang on to what the NDC brought and not necessarily what the NPP had said, because then there was no picture or video or audio recording to it. I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking too much. But take me back to Tamale. So I had the occasion to visit the Tamale Technical University. I met Dr. Atuguba, And there's a beautiful picture of Dr. Tuguba and I, discussing the issues and how best we can trumpet and advocate their issues so that we can get some help for them if need be. So that's Dr. Tuguba in your shot with me there in his office. And I'll start from Dr. Tuguba's office. That's the big man at the hospital. He's in charge of everything. Put this picture up there. He's in charge of everything else. Now, Dr. Tuguba shares his office with the administrator of the hospital. He shares his office with the administrator of the hospital, so that in the unlikely event that you go, the administrator has some deadlines to catch, and then Dr. Tuguba also has to see you. You may be discussing your personal health issues with Dr. Tuguba, and the administrator could be hearing. But it is no fault of theirs, because they are supposed to have individual rooms. The administrator is supposed to have a different room, and then the chief at the hospital is also supposed to have a different room. But in that office, as we sat there are two of them, and it was quite uncomfortable for both of them, if you ask me. So we'll start from there. Now, play the video of the hospital. The hospital now was set up for the university, but it now, caters for the entirety of the community, the Sanarigu community. It's quite a huge place, if you ask me. The entirety of the Sanarigu community, they deal with all the cases that come there. Unfortunately for them, even though they have the numbers coming in, they are unable to deal with major surgeries, and they always have to refer those major surgeries to, some other facility out there, maybe the Tamale Teaching Hospital, etc. I had occasion to go into their lab. I had occasion to go into their theater. I'm told that they're trying to operationalize a big theater, but they need help. That's the bottom line of what I'm saying. The bottom line of what I'm saying is that they need help, because I went there for healthcare and I saw it, and I felt that, well, if in case of an emergency, I have come here, right? In the case of an emergency, I have come here, and this is what I have seen. That's the whole hospital. That's how big the whole hospital is. Hospital, that's all of it. All right. I'm told that it used to be a hostel for some of the ladies of the university, and then it was converted into. So they are actually trying to squeeze everything that they can into this whole facility, right? And they need help. Trust me, the Tamale Technical University Hospital, they need immediate help. So Dr. Bernard Okoboy, good morning to you. That's the lab. So they're taking some people's stuff, in the lab. And Charlie, just look at it. That's for a whole hospital. That's all they have. That's all of it. That's their theater. These are the only things they have. And then one ECG machine that I saw there. That's all they have. And then you ask yourself the question, so the people up there who also are in Sanarigu, who are law-abiding citizens who pay their taxes, and then who are also proud to call themselves Ghanaians. This is what they have, and this will be my takeaway aside the dance festival that was had. This is my takeaway. Now listen to the doctor. Listen to the doctor.
University Hospital. This is a primary hospital. This hospital was established in 2018 when the university was converted to converted from a polytechnic to a technical university. Since then, the hospital has been doing well, but we had some challenges in the past. From 2021, the hospital was upgraded to a district hospital by the Health Facility Regulatory Authority and also credentialed by the National Health Insurance as a district hospital. We see a lot of patients from our catchment area, which is the Sanarigu municipality. We attend to more than 30,000 patients in a year. We provide all kinds of services at the primary hospital level, except major surgeries, which we are working at seriously to operationalize our theater very soon. We have a lot of challenges as a facility, and paramount among them is the human resource deficit. Because we are a quasi-government facility, we do not receive direct transfer of health personnel from the Ministry of Health. We do a lot of liaising with other agencies, and because of that, we are restricted. We don't have enough of the critical staff including doctors, pharmacies, and then the other critical staff that are supposed to help in the effective running of the hospital. So currently, I am the only medical doctor in the facility, and I'm also the medical director, and that puts a lot of pressure on us here, and we need that support to be able to deliver quality services to the community and beyond. Another challenge that we have is with regards to the infrastructure. We currently, the whole municipality, we actually don't have an X-ray machine, so we do a lot of referrals to the Tamale Teaching Hospital on daily basis. A lot of patients go there from our facility to do X-rays, and I think that getting such a facility for this hospital will be of great help to the community. And also an ultrasound scan machine. We don't have a standard ultrasound scan machine for diagnostic purposes. And we also have certain challenges when it comes to referral of cases. The ambulance, as a hospital, we do a lot of referrals, but we do not have an ambulance to convey the patients to the referring facilities. And I think for now, these are our major challenges that we face in the hospital, and we will need that support. If we get it, we'll be very grateful.
That's Dr. Atuguba. And you saw he made his point very, very clear. So Dr. Bernard Okoboy, good morning to you. Dr. Kumabwaji, good morning to you. And they are looking for help. And I went there. I went through the process. I have a hospital card. And I'm saying that what I saw, if I have to compare that to any of the hospitals that I've been to in Accra, I think that they need help. And the help should come to them immediately. Let's wrap up this way. Take me to GCB. I have seen that a board member of the GCB Bank, our GCB Bank, where over some 52 million cedis got missing, some transfer happened and we still haven't been able to, and we are pretending that we have forgotten. But find me that invoice from GCB, please. Almost 500,000 cedis for just 2 weeks. In fact, 12 days, not 2 weeks. 500,000 cedis. 500,000 Ghana cedis. 12 days for a board member to travel from Accra to South Africa for a conference or for a meeting and back. Please put that GCB thing up there for me. 12 days. Almost 500,000. We are being told to quote things in cedis. And we know that when we quote in cedis, put it up there, when we quote in cedis, the amounts will be too huge. So we quote in dollars to make them look very, very little. The amounts not to bite. Accommodation, $1,000 times 12 nights, $12,000. Per diem, $1,500 per day times 12 days. That's $18,000. Traveling for 2 days, $1,500. While they are in the plane, while the person is in the plane, they are paid $1,500. Aside paying for their stuff, traveling days, $1,500 times 2 days, that's $3,000. A total of $33,000. Keep it there. Nana Kwabena Yeboah, head, signed it. Alexander Yeboah, managing compensation and rewards, signed it. It's copied to the managing director, the deputy managing director in charge of finance. This is there. So as we speak now, the thing is happening. It will happen, go on to the 7th of June, 2024. And when you save your money at GCB, how much do you get? Let's say you open a savings account at GCB. How much do you get on your money? This is for one person, one person. One person to travel on our money from our country. They are going to another country, and one person is attending a program, and there is $1,000 per day for accommodation in South Africa. So $300 cannot get an accommodation. That is befitting. $1,000. Let it sink in. How much is the dollar to CD these days? Is it 15? How much is it? Now, per diem, every day. Hey, so we have such money in this country. And we keep telling the citizens, the poor people, that things are difficult, times are hard. We have a stake, as a country, we have a stake, all of us. We have a stake in GCB. Now, if this is what GCB determines and decides to use our money for, how do you expect that person who is unable to buy cocoa 3 cedis today, this morning, and Kose 3 cedis today, just to survive, and will now have the energy to go and fight a trotro mate over the high cost of trotro fare? How do you expect that person to feel? How do you expect that person to feel? $33,000, 12 days. This is aside the plane ticket and everything else. So 12 days, $33,000. But you see why people rush to become bored people? Let's wrap up with the Dr. Bauma video. Have a good morning. Have a good morning.
We're happy that we found oil, but the borrowing of this government, the reckless borrowing of this government, has compromised the whole oil discovery. 6 times, you need 6 times of our oil revenue just to pay interest, not even capital. It's interest on the debt. So it is a really sad development. I mean, what fundamental issues that affect this economy have been addressed in this budget? You should ask yourself, what fundamental issues? If we had spent, the monies borrowed, and that money borrowed is the equivalent of some $37 billion over 7 years. Now, can you imagine what $37 billion can do in an economy? $37 billion. I mean, it's amazing transformation that you can see.
The investment the government is talking about. We are going to add about 800 megawatts of power.
But we are talking about a record. You can always talk. We are going to do this. The question is, what have you done? You've had 7 years in government. What have you done? I mean, your record should speak for itself. You shouldn't be waiting for the 8th year. The IMF, they can point to even a lot. Oh, yes.
They will point to the Ridge Hospital. They will point to
when the Kufuor administration was there, with such meager resources, so much can be pointed to as well. Infrastructure, as John Mahama says, if you point to infrastructure, you are engaging in an exercise of mediocrity. But the IMF managing director put the nail on the head when they said that the borrowing done by this government has been used for consumption. It's not me saying it. It's been used for consumption and not for investment. This is the IMF's assessment. And if you look at the data that supports what she's saying, the infrastructure to GDP ratio has come down from 9.1% when the President Kufuor was in office to 4.8% today. Infrastructure. You've borrowed so much, but you are reducing your investment in infrastructure. So they can try to hoodwink us with pictures of development all over the place. But the reality is that they should have been doing twice as much. They've had 10 times as much resources as the MPP government had, 10 times as much in nominal terms of resources.
92.7.
Oh, the MPP alternative is going to be it's a very major alternative that is going to be unveiled on Thursday when we address
but you. Can speak to that.
I don't want to. Of course I can, but I want to leave that to breathe. But we are going to build a new economy, a different economy, and you will be hearing a little bit more because you cannot just criticize without providing alternatives. And we are going to, and we have anyway. We are.
Tell us something as to what exactly.
I'm telling you, it's an exciting. I will tell you what it is not. It is not a doomsday economy. It is not a dead goat economy. It is not a friends and family economy, right? It is an economy that will create jobs.